Survives a terrorist attack on American soil and today helps others heal from the wounds that you can't see.
He talked to CBS 46's Tracy Hutchins about the day when his life changed forever nearly 10 years ago. It's a story you'll see only on CBS 46.
I'll never forget it. And they looked at me in my face and they said, "Sir, you gotta help us."
That soldier spent time in Iraq and Afghanistan, but never expected that he and his fellow soldiers would be targets when they came back home to the U.S. He was one of several shot by a gunman during the Fort Hood shooting in 2009.
That day is really tough for me. And coming up to the 10-year anniversary is like, it hurts me that it seemed like America don't care.
A decade later, the mass shooting at Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas, still haunts Christopher Royal. Tell me about that day on November 5th, 10 years ago.
Well, I was headed into the medical examination building to go back down range for my 5th term.
Royal, a chief warrant officer in the Army, had just given up his seat to another soldier.
And by the time I sit down at the front of the line, the person who took my chair had been shot 6 times. He did not survive. So there's a lot of emotions that take place about that day. So much blood and so much matter on the floor. I slipped and I wasn't able to get to him. And at that time, I was able to flee out the back door. And as I'm running away from the building, I have no idea what told me to go back, but I do know why I went back. I went back to help my fellow soldiers. He actually came after me to shoot me twice. And even after I got shot, you know, I still got up because he was headed to a theater where there was a lot more soldiers. So I was able to, I mean, it's kind of crazy just thinking about it. I actually ran past him, shot twice, and I was able to get to the theater, and just being able to get those soldiers inside where there would be no more casualties. And I still didn't know I was shot at that time.
That gunman killed 13 people. Royal is now among the 32 still standing. A nonprofit foundation formed to help Fort Hood shooting survivors. And now Royal plans to run from Richmond, Virginia to the White House to raise awareness and money for soldiers with physical and emotional wounds.
We need help. I mean, we got soldiers who were 18 years old when that happened. So when they got out of the military, they got absolutely nothing. When a soldier's down on the battlefield, a soldier never leaves that soldier. He never leaves a fallen soldier. So lately I've seen a lot of fallen soldiers. And so that's what I want to do. I want to go and do my part.
Royal and the other military survivors of the shooting were awarded Purple Hearts, but Royal says there are ongoing lawsuits against the U.S. Army. He can't talk about those, while he and others are still fighting to make sure they are not forgotten. Tracy Hutchins, CBS 46 News.